Welcome to the Bigg Success Show. Today, banking on popcorn for big success.
The Bigg Success Show with George and Mary Lynn.
The banker had never seen an economy like this one. He had prospered for years. Happy times were here again. Life couldn't be better.
Then it happened. The boom turned to bust. The Roaring '20s led into the Great Depression. He had never seen an economy like this one.
The market crash created a wave of fear. The customers of his bank rushed in. He didn't have the reserves to satisfy them. His bank failed.
He failed. He lost everything. His life was in complete shambles. He had to find some way out of the hole he was in now.
There are 5 elements of big success: money, time, growth, work, and play. The banker didn't have money, but he sure did have plenty of time on his hands.
And he had something even more important: hope. Hope that tomorrow would be better than today. Hope that he could work out of the hole he was in. Hope that he could get back some of what he had lost.
But hope isn't good enough. It's like an unpopped kernel of popcorn, necessary to the process, but not usable. Pop it, and it can be used for food. In some cultures, it's also been used for adornment.
But just laying there all by itself, it doesn't do anybody any good. You have to blend it with the oil of belief. Then you have to put it over the heat of action and give it some time.
Before long, a kernel will pop. Then another one. Then a bunch together. I can hear it now, Mary Lynn. They will keep popping for a while.
Eventually, you have to remove the corn from the heat. Some kernels will remain unpopped. Not every hope pops. Most hope does, with belief, action, and time. Coming up, the rest of the banker's story.
We're talking today about a banker who lost everything in the Great Depression, but he had hope.
And he believed he could get his life back. Before long, he noticed something interesting. People couldn't afford many of the luxuries they had grown accustomed to during the Roaring '20s, but everyone could afford popcorn.
And there was another trend that the banker hoped to capitalize on: movies. In spite of predictions that no one would spend money on movies during bad times, it was a relatively inexpensive form of entertainment for the whole family.
In addition, they were chic. Now you could actually hear the actors talk.
So the banker bought a popcorn machine and set up shop in a small store close to a nearby movie theater. You see, back then, theaters didn't sell popcorn, but people wanted it. In fact, they'd often sneak out of the theater to buy it.
The banker's popcorn business thrived. Within just a couple of years, he was able to buy back the farms he had lost. He was a big success.
And we'll close with an unclaimed quote. Of course life is bizarre. The more bizarre it gets, the more interesting it is. The only way to approach it is to make yourself some popcorn and enjoy the show.
You'll find a written summary of today's show on our site at Bigg Success. That's big with 2 G's, success.com.
And we'd like to thank popcorn.org. They were the source of this story about the banker. And we'd like to thank you for popping in today.
Oh, until next time, here's to your big success.
The Bigg Success Show at BIGGsuccess.com.